Daytona before that?
Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami.
Good evening, everyone. Man, we just so you know how well prepared John and I are. We just finished the final edition about 30 seconds before we went live tonight. I think we've thrown everything but the kitchen sink in here. So,
Bob, it's actually less than that, because just as the music was starting to play, there was a young family that I talked to out there, and this young man has joined us, so he'll be with us in a few minutes. Another example of younger and younger people RVing.
That's fantastic. Welcome. And does this man have a name?
He does. His name is Matthew.
Okay.
Shalmo.
Well, welcome, Matthew. Sorry you have to be with John, and you won't have the opportunity to be with me tonight. But
it's a pleasure to meet you, Bob.
There's right. less of an age gap this way.
Well, I'm sure he's heard of my legendary, reputation in the RV industry. So
that's why he's keeping his kids away.
Yeah.
So they have I met the family because I was talking to their dog earlier. And the family just happened to come with the dog.
Yeah, it was very rude. He's just talking to the dog, not to any of us. But
yeah, he can be a little bit weird at times. Yeah.
So Matthew's going to go into the green room for some refreshments, and then we'll be back to him in a few minutes.
All right. I hope you appreciate the steak and the lobster. But we flew that all the way down from Maine.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
From New England.
Thank you.
Nothing but the best for our guests.
It's the best.
And we should tell people that this show is brought to you by
Seacoast RV,
right.
And
Route 1 in Saco, Maine.
Yeah, we added a little something to the graphic this week.
Oh, look at that. That means I have to be there on May 18th. And you know what? It's a great show.
I will be there too. I'll be there the 18th and the 19th.
Yep. And Crop Park models, Winnebago towables, as well as some Class Bs and Cs too. Do you have Cs as well?
Well, yeah, the hike and the view are Class Cs. Yeah.
But you know what? It's a reason to go up there. Kenny is going to teach somebody how to make the kettle corn. And if Dante shows up, you got to get there before Dante, because last year he was hoarding the kettle corn.
Well, he's back in Maine, so I suspect he's going to be there. So Seacoast RVs is creating family fun on Route 1. And if you noticed, about a week and a half ago, John, I posted that they had just received the new Winnebago Echo on the Sprinter chassis. It was originally being built on the Transit, and I think it's still available on the Transit. But with the Sprinter chassis, it's a little bit longer, more luxurious. And I posted and I said,
I think it's four-wheel drive too.
Four-wheel drive. And I said, this is not going to be on the lot soon. Well, I got news for it. It's already gone.
Already gone.
Less than 2 weeks, somebody drove off with the Winnebago Echo. Yep.
I saw the new GH1 today from Tiffin.
Oh, you did?
Yep. I got some pictures of it.
Selling well. We posted that too. Yeah.
It's the four-wheel drive four-wheel drive Sprinter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did they say, are they all set up with the units?
Yep, they're all set up. They've got about 20 units here, from Allegro buses to the new Midas, the Ford Transit Class C with the Murphy bed.
Transit, yeah. That's interesting.
So what do you want to talk about first, or you want to talk to Matthew first and then go into
let's
go get the dog.
Let's get Matthew.
He's going to go get the dog.
Okay,
bring your wife in too. Bring your wife in too.
The fame. Are you in the conference room?
No, I'm just opposite the pool because the conference room was reserved.
Oh, you're outside.
Yeah. Oh, his wife's going to come too. Will she come in? Is she going to come in? Oh, yeah, she's coming in. Look at that. Very nice young family.
And they're bringing the dog too?
Yep.
I might even put you on full screen so I won't bother you during the interview.
On what?
I said I'll put you on full screen in case you have to push your computer back or.
So, folks, in case you're wondering, we are at Margaritaville in Auburndale, Florida. We're getting ready for Kenny Rogers.
We are not in Auburndale, Florida.
Well, I am.
You and Mary Beth and Mila.
Yes.
There. I will be there tomorrow. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it tomorrow already?
It's Thursday. Today is Wednesday.
That's right. The show is Friday.
The reason we are on TV is because it is Wednesday.
That's right. That's right. Wednesday night. We've only been doing this show for 8.5 years.
Right. I mean,
so we have the people who pay the bills in this family. We have the mother, father, and the dog. And
here he comes.
Matthew, and what's your name, young lady?
Kelly.
Kelly. And how about our buddy?
And this is Cola.
Cola. Hey, wait a minute. Cola, how are you? Cola, I saw Cola walk by me today. Kelly, you're being upstaged by the dog. And I said, that dog grown.
Can you get them closer to you? Matthew's out of the picture.
There we go.
Matthew's been out of the picture for quite a while. There you go. Kelly hasn't told him yet, though.
He saw someone prettier outside.
Right on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell us, folks, it's your first time here at Margaritaville?
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts?
Oh, it was a lot different than the state parks that we typically go to.
A little bit, yeah.
You know, the price is a bit different, but the accommodations are fantastic here.
Okay. Yeah. But Bob has always said, Bob, put yourself on just for a second, but not much longer than that. Bob, what have you always said about being able to leave your kids at an RV park that you can't do in a regular city? Talk about that, because
it's camping and resorts like that are the last vestige of what America used to be like when I was growing up 50, 60, 70 years ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago. You know, when we were growing up, you knew your neighbors, you left your door unlocked, you had a friendly neighborhood. And when I do my seminars at the RV shows and I tell the story of why we like to RV and the RV lifestyle, and I ask the people in the audience who's willing to go home that night and leave the keys in the car in the driveway and leave their front door unlocked.
Okay. But they did one.
I don't understand it, John. Nobody's hand goes up.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. But Bob, what they've done is, how old are your kids?
11 and 12.
11 and 12, and they're outside, right? They got what, karaoke now?
They are over at Gaga Ball,
It's
whatever that is.
It's like volleyball.
Okay.
4 squares or something.
Oh, right over underneath the pavilion.
Yep.
Okay. Bob, you remember the pavilion? That's right next to where you sucked down 3 margaritas last time we were here.
No, if you said 3 Jack Daniels, John.
Yeah, well, they were margarita Jack Daniels.
I didn't know. They did not make me but if you would talk to the bartender before I get there tomorrow and he wants to experiment with a Jack
Well,
Daniels.
I had one at 5 o'clock when I was doing that interview, which we'll see in a few minutes. Okay. And I'll tell you, I had to leave and go back and eat some bread, like a loaf of bread, to soak up the whatever they put in margaritas.
Right.
But so where are you guys from?
Go ahead.
Are they
We're from Stuart, Florida.
Oh, Stuart.
Yeah, that's just right above West Palm.
Yeah. Yep.
And we've been there for 7 years. I mean, we've been in Florida for about 9.
Where the Brightline trains comes flying through the city now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Oh, here comes one of the kids. We'll let her talk. What's her name?
Her name is Gracelyn.
Gracelyn. Will she talk?
Yeah.
Gracelyn.
Gracelyn, like in Elvis Presley?
Close.
It's close. No D at the end.
How do you like this place, Gracelyn?
Oh, okay. All right.
What do you talk louder, honey? What do you like best about it?
Compared to all the other places we camp. What's different?
Bigger, and there's a lot more activities.
Yeah, and the pool's pretty cool too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you go down the slide?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, a whole bunch of times. And today's the best part because there aren't many kids here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, they've made some friends already.
Already?
Yeah.
Well,
And I
I'm
love
sure.
it. Everything's pet friendly.
Now, what do you guys camp in, if you can call the luxury resort camping? But
Yeah, so we are in a Keystone Passport.
okay,
It's a 27-foot. I think it's a 2019.
yeah.
We bought it used. We were in a pop-up camper for a year before that, and most pop-up campers spend about a year in it before they think about something else.
Yeah.
But it's a great way to get into it.
It is. It's a wonderful way. And Passport and Keystone's good friends of ours. We do a lot of work with Keystone RV. So I'm sure Jeff Reynolds, the president, would be happy to hear you say that on TV tonight.
Oh, we're very happy.
Yeah, say that. Maybe we'll get you a new one.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, so ours
We'll
is
make you an ambassador. How often do you guys get out camping?
we try to do once a month.
Good.
Yeah. Now, Bob, they don't fit into the demographics of what the old campers used to be. Kelly, tell us what you did. You camp as a kid with your family, or
I did. We tent camped.
A tent camp.
Same site every single year, same activities, just the boat all day, tubing, all that stuff. But I mean, an old rickety playground that was so far away, my parents wouldn't even let us go to, so we just sat at our site the whole time. We've never, ever experienced anything like this. It's just, it's like this is like I live in here.
I want to show you how fortunate you are to be on this amazing program tonight. So watch the bottom. Can they see the bottom of your screen?
I believe so.
All right, we got to welcome some of our guests here. Walter lives in town there. Evening, everyone. Have a great show. Have to bow out for high school concert. Okay. Dante says, evening all. And Gail Hogan, good evening, everyone. Gail, I don't think we solved the problem yet, but we're still working on it. Uncle Bernie is on. He'll be on a little bit later tonight with some news. Don is saying, sorry we are late. Hello from Texas. You want to explain to them why people apologize, John?
Well, we've been doing this show almost 9 years, every Wednesday night, faithfully. Okay. And faithfully is a big word for Matthew, because tell him what you do.
Yeah, it's a big word for you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm a worship pastor down in Jupiter at Calvary Church in Jupiter Farms.
Great.
Yeah, I've been there for 6 years.
All right. Jim Convoy says hello. Don says John has an echo. We know that, but he's going to talk a little bit lighter. It's because of where he is. Larry Peter, last time you men were there were some over-serving happening.
Larry, you're absolutely right. That happened at 5 o'clock tonight.
Larry, you are correct.
Well, it was 5 o'clock when we got here.
I know.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Dante, he had such a great time. He came back to Florida. See, he left his RV down here. Now he's flown back. So he's got a little bit more time down here. Gail, yes, John. Yes, John is Dante. She's talking about the echo. Gail, thanks, Bob. Please keep working on it. Steve asked. Yes, we will keep working on it.
Yep.
All right, we got to wrap up, guys. And
just tell us why, and you're missing a son, right? He's here somewhere. So just give us a final wrap as to what you would recommend to other young families like yourself with coming to Margaritaville.
So Margaritaville is pretty much in the middle of the state, right? And it's an easy 2 hours or 2.5 hours from anywhere, and in Florida. And the accommodations are fantastic. They're clean sites. They're full hookups, which you don't get at state parks or a lot of them in Florida. The pool's great. They got a water slide. They got a bar or two. I haven't seen them all.
Several bars. Yeah.
Putt. So I brought my putter, and there's a lot of activities for the kids, and great food.
And it's in camping I've been camping now for over
half a century.
Almost, just about 50 years. And that is the only campground or resort that I have been to. It sells Jack Daniels in the gift shop.
In the store. I know, in the store.
Most people bring their own, you know that, right?
I do that too sometimes. Hey, thank you guys for joining us. I'm glad John got out of the crowd there today. And welcome to RVing in New England.
You'll probably get a note from the neighbors saying, come back anytime you want. From the owners, come back anytime you want.
Love it.
If you make sure John has your email address, we'll send you the link to the show. All right.
Okay, what do we got?
You guys.
Play a long video because my wife just brought food.
So, do you want to do, should we do Randy and then we'll finish
let's do Randy right now.
We'll do Randy, then we'll finish
That's
up
5 minutes. So
there were no questions on the open mic after we went through those, but if you guys got questions or stuff you want to talk about tonight, let us know. But this is a great video with the gentleman who's part of the family that developed Camp Margaritaville in Auburndale.
Thanks, Bob, and hello, everyone. You know, there are tough assignments and there are tougher assignments, and I've got the toughest assignment at all to hang around Margaritaville for a few days, anticipating the Kenny Rogers concert coming up this week, and I'm here with Randy Knapp. Randy is, what's your official title?
I'm a managing partner.
Managing partner.
Part of the family.
Part of the family. He's one of the big cheeses here at Margaritaville. Randy, as we look around, we're anticipating 300 Tiffin units to come in the next couple of days, and everybody's getting ready, and it's a great place here.
Thank you. We're really honored to bring this rally in. We've got, my understanding, Mr. and Mrs. Tiffin will be here, Bob Tiffin and Judy, and they're celebrating a milestone birthday. So
yep.
They'll be here with the other 300 and some rigs, and we're going to roll out the red carpet, deliver the highest and best hospitality hopefully they've ever seen.
Right, and they get here on Saturday, but Friday night you've got a landmark show, the Kenny Rogers Band performing at a campground. But this is, you know what, you say campground, this is not a campground, this is a special experience, and you've got a event center that is second to none.
Thank you. That was a building that we had on our blueberry farm that we repurposed into a full event center, fully air conditioned and equipped with stage and TVs and sound systems and commercial kitchen, and we can handle just about any venue you'd want to throw at us.
Yeah, and one of the cool things here, last time we were here, we did our show, and Dawn, your manager, kept bringing me over margaritas, and it sure added to the second half of the show. It was a lot more fun than the first half once those margaritas. In fact, I think I see the guilty machine. I see the guilty machine right there. I see the guilty machine. But talk about Margaritaville, where we're located.
Brent, can you make him a margarita?
Do you want frozen?
Frozen's great.
Salt?
Huh?
Salt?
No. We're doing a lot of things here. We're ordering drinks at the same time we're doing a show here. But talk about this facility, because, you know, we say Central Florida, but it's close enough to Orlando, but it doesn't have any of that crazy, crazed busyness to it.
Right. We're in Polk County, Florida, about halfway between Tampa and Orlando. We think it's the nicest and best bedroom community to both of those metropolitan areas, and we benefit from our climate. We benefit from having two of the nicest airports in the country, if not the world. Great highways. Sometimes they get a little busy, but easy to navigate here and fine.
And really, Randy, once you get here, you never have to leave.
You don't have to leave.
You don't have to leave.
That was our goal.
We're shooting this at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's not prime happy hour time. But you've got a bandstand over there. You've got pools. You've got water slides.
We've got laundry facilities. We've got a store that has merchandise. It has supplies. It has parts and components that we find our customers need. And a lot of times it's last minute. It could be an electrical plug or a plumbing item that breaks when you least expect it. We stock those things. We have a store that has grab-and-go items like milk and bread and cheese and eggs and, you know, those types of things, and all of your accompaniments for your grill.
And at least 3 pretty much full-service restaurants that I can think of, right?
Yes.
You got the pizza place. You got
we have Frank and Lola's.
Yeah.
Pizzeria. We have the Feeding Frenzy, and then we have the Sunset Barbecue down at our chill bar near the lake. So
we've had that. We've had a little bit of everything here, and We just want to thank you so much for the hospitality, and let people know that we are at Margaritaville, Camp Margaritaville in Auburndale, Florida. When we landed in Orlando, we were here within a half an hour.
Yeah, it's close.
You know, half hour.
It's very close by, and again, you can go Tampa or Orlando. And
yep.
we just found out
Lakeland
is going to bring passenger airlines in there. I believe beginning in June.
And I know that you can go from New Haven, which is in New England,
yes,
right to Lakeland. So
yes,
without any of the hassles to go to JFK or Bradley or Boston.
And the Lakeland Airport is about 12 miles on the same parkway that we're located on. So
there we go.
It's real easy to get to and from.
So that's the story from Margaritaville. And now back to you in the studio. Thanks, Bob, and hello, everyone.
I do that all the time. I double hit it. So I have two questions to Petro.
Yes, sir.
It's a little bit busier than a little traffic that Randy said. It is Florida. But when they offered you the frozen margarita and he asked you small, you didn't answer. So I assume you gave him a sign that you wanted the big frozen margarita.
Oh, did he say that on the air?
Bartender. Yes, he did. He said, "Do you want small?" And there was silence, so I assumed you were saying to him.
No, I'm telling you, it was small, and it's a good thing it was small because I had to ask him to fill the rest. I got about 3/4 done. I said, "Put Sprite in the rest of this to dilute it." And I had to go back to the RV and eat something because I would have never made it to 7 o'clock. It was only an hour ago. You know what they look like? They look like kids' drinks.
Good day, mates, from our friends Mark and Julie Bennett from Santa Fe Skies in New Mexico. Better late than never. Hi, Randy, John, and Bob. They camp frequently. When they're in the Florida area, they love to stop at Camp Margaritaville. And speaking about them, let me do this. If I can do it real quickly, I think I can. Boom, boom, boom. Did I mess up again?
That's a surprise.
Yeah. I had a picture of their new rig. All right. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did.
I did have a picture. I'll dig it out for later for their new rig on the new East-West. Bernie Culliton says, sounds delicious.
Bernie, that sounded delicious there, but you know what's delicious? This cheeseburger that my wife just delivered to me.
Oh, cheeseburger.
I've got it planned.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
I wasn't going to eat.
Is that a cheeseburger in paradise?
It is.
But why don't you play the song? Julie says, I'll have a margarita with fresh lime and salt in the rim.
Julie, I saw that. And it's being delivered right now.
Okay, already ordered. And Mark must say,
right now.
Yes, we love Camp Margaritaville and our dog Sunny too. Bernie says, this was a big bite there, John.
That was a big bite there, John.
He's not bashful, Bernie.
It's so good. I'm telling you, it's so good. And my wife said the people here are so friendly. And you know, Bob, you've been here before. And
they're fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing them again tomorrow. Absolutely.
You know what? And I don't like to pit one campground against another, but there's another major campground in the Orlando area that we stopped at yesterday. And
would it be named Fort Wilderness?
Well, I don't want to say any names.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to pit one against the other, but it just had a different feeling than you're here. You know that it was the Eagles song, Peaceful, Easy Feeling.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, folks, it's not for, Normandy Farms is phenomenal. This place is phenomenal. There's so many great campgrounds, but this one has kind of a special flair to it that, there's people here from all ages. And, from the family that just left here to the Tiffin group that'll be here with 312 coaches, and they've got about 15 of their own units here from Lazy Days that will, be available for RVers to view. And Bob Tiffin is coming, and it's just going to be a great event. And
Audrey is longing for the day when her and her group. Have you been in communication with Dawn or her team about getting some dates for your rally, Audrey?
No, Audrey, you got to do it. I'm telling you. You know, just go online and look at the pictures.
Yeah. Hey, couple of things before we jump into the commercial. Well, let me kill that, and let me come back here. Just so that you know, in the morning, I do not drink Jack Daniels, but I do drink coffee out of the Major's RV cup, and they sent me another mug there. And this is their 50th anniversary celebration, 1974 to 2024. David Major, his dad started the company back in 1974. And if you go to their site, you can still sign up for a seminar on the Saturday after April 13th is already done. So go to Majors RV, check out the seminar, and you can see the topics there: water systems, water filters, waste tank and maintenance, and water heaters, refrigerator checks, battery and charger maintenance. So if you're getting your units ready, go down there and check the boys out. And before we jump back into notes and what have you, we have a brand new commercial.
This is really cool. I got to give Kenny and Amanda credit. This, you know what? It's probably one of the best ones I've seen that doesn't include me.
It is great. They are this guy is very creative.
Hey, it's Joe from 1019 POR and John, Joe, and Courtney. We're back for another exciting season of Seacoast RV TV. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter W. As in Winnebago. Did you know that Seacoast RV is once again the award winner of the Flying W Award, which recognizes Winnebago dealer locations that deliver the highest service excellence and superior customer satisfaction? Don't mean to brag, but we're kind of a big deal. Speaking of Winnebagos, how about the Winnebago Access? Come on inside and take a look around. Modern and spacious interior, easier camp setup with all the deluxe features and an outstanding value? You get it all with the Winnebago Access. You know, with so many different models to choose from, though, it can get so scary and confusing. I feel like I need some help.
Hi, I'm Amanda. Welcome to Seacoast RV. How can I help you today?
Selection, service center, and a huge parts and accessory department. No wonder Seacoast RV is once again Winnebago's Flying W Award winner, their highest honor. Find the perfect RV or towable for you and your family with one stop, Seacoast RV. Easy to find, Route 1 in Saco.
Seacoast RV.
I'm Jackson.
They can be crazy up there. Jackson is Amanda's son, so he runs around the store along with the 4 3 black labs and 1 golden lab. But it's a fun dealership and a fun time. So if you're up in Maine, create your own fun on Route 1 and see what they got between their park models and their Winnebago towables and Winnebago motorized.
And I think the talent that was in that will be at the open house in May.
He does. I think he does show up, but what will not be there at the open house in May, unfortunately, is Kenny Blow's kettle popcorn. They come from miles around, all over Maine and New Hampshire.
No, I thought Kenny told me that he was going to have somebody else make it for him.
Well, he's going to have somebody else make it, but it's not like Kenny make it. If you saw those animals on the wall, it's part of the animal collection of Kenny Blow is a world-class hunter. If you know Jim Shockey on the Outdoor Network, he has these tours to the Yukon and Africa and everybody else. Kenny goes along. He's been on about 10 or 12 of them. And Jim Shockey says Kenny's a better shot than he is. So even if you don't want to buy an RV, you ought to take the kids and stop there buy some parts and accessories and check out all the animals that they're.
Dante is having trouble.
Dante, where is he?
He's having trouble at 7:32. Dante's having trouble believing that.
What? Believing that Shockey says Kenny?
No. Next one. About the no popcorn.
Well, no
kettle corn.
You clarified it. There is kettle corn.
Right. But
he is not
responding to you immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Mr. Burns from Easy Care. Oh, by the way, I didn't put the picture. I should have put the picture up. They have a new logo that is being released.
Yeah.
He's a strong supporter, member of Nerder, and a strong supporter of all our dealers up here in New England. Evening, guys. From our
supporter of our Courtside 24.
That's right.
Campaign, which just pretty much officially ended last week with last week's show.
So he says he's in RV Land, Indiana, so it must be in Elkhart. Still hear from a lot of our dealers with sales and customer traffic at great levels. It's all about the attitude. Thanks.
You know what, Walt Burns, that is so true. It is about the attitude because how you walk into that dealership during the day determines how many customers walk out with an RV. And you know what? There are some salespeople that shouldn't be in that business because really the reality is we are selling fun. We're not selling a cancer treatment. We're not selling something to lose weight. We're talking strictly fun. And when you saw that young family come in here a few minutes ago, they're having fun. Kids just walk by with golf putters. They're going to do the mini golf thing now. And we're in the fun business. And Walter, thank you so much for your sponsorship of the tour.
We are. And tonight is open mic if anybody wants to jump on. I'll tell you, in honor of open mic, I'm going to bring Uncle Bernie up for a minute. But if you haven't found it yet, or if you know people who are just becoming first-time RVers, go to GoRVing.com and you can download an entire first-timer expanded toolkit. They've expanded it this year. Got all kinds of information for you. So having said that, let's bring Uncle Bernie up. Uncle Bernie, you're out in your motorhome driving all around, Bernie.
Oh yeah, I'm going down to Margaritaville. That's a Tiffin 38LL 340 series Allegro Red. Yeah, so nice little rig.
Now you're coming on the show to sell RVs?
No, I was just mentioning that, since you were talking about the Tiffin roundup down there in Margaritaville, I figured I'd put a Tiffin behind me.
Well, you should go down and help them.
That would be a wonderful thing.
Yeah, we didn't have a full slot for you tonight, but I know you're working on a little project. It's not secret per se, but it's not ready for prime time just yet, but it's going to be. You want to tell us?
Well, now that you know about it, it's definitely not a secret any longer. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the RV Game Changer. Yeah, I'm very excited about this podcast that I'm going to be working on, and I appreciate all the support from you guys who've always mentored me and also, invited me to participate in this show several times. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm not going to give it up by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, we're going to be talking to some important people in the RV industry, some podcasters like myself, some industry experts like yourselves.
Well, I was waiting. You could have got that a little bit earlier in the conversation, Bernie. Oh, by the way, John and I looked at that earlier, and we both agreed that white thing in the middle has to go.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's a futuristic RV, but it'll be a while before people get to a futuristic RV. You tell me isn't that what it is?
That's exactly what it is. I think it's like what George Jetson goes on vacation in, right?
Yeah.
And it actually does not roll. It has wheels on it because it's an RV, but it just actually comes in and hovers in and drops right in, just like the George Jetson's car.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to be a Matt Foxcroft lookalike or
what?
A gamester there, or what with the fancy effects and what have you?
No, that's my voice. I make up all kinds of noises.
Well, Bernie, we relate more to the Flintstones than the Jetsons.
What's that?
I said we relate more to the Flintstones than the Jetsons.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But at any rate, you know, the key to this podcast is, you know, just as a preface, I want to bring out that I love Campers in RV. I live, breathe, and bleed orange polyester. Like I'm a Campers in guy. So, but this is not really to do with them. This is about people who are developing concepts, working on new projects, bringing the RV industry to a whole new level for the end user. So that's why I started this show, and I really want to invite people who believe that they are part of this solution and not part of the problem, right? So and I had the pleasure of interviewing my good buddy Willie Miller the other day, and I can't wait to put that together and have him on. And believe it or not, the lovely people from RV Love are going to be on the show as well. So I'm very excited, and there's so many wonderful guests coming up, and I can't wait to get that out and about for everybody to take a look at.
Fantastic. All right, Bernie. Thank you very much for jumping in here, and when you're ready to go with it, we'll certainly promote it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
We just see Kevin Horkey just joined us.
Horkey just way late. Yeah, I guess so. Traveling this week. Good evening, guys. All right. And for those of you who haven't caught all of our shows, Kevin is now the national sales manager, GM, for the Coleman division of Keystone RV, and they are primarily sold by Camping World. If you go to a Camping World store, you will find a Coleman RV. So Kevin's crisscrossing the country, meeting all the dealers and doing his thing. And very few people in the RV industry can run with the big dog here.
We also should tell Kevin that earlier today on this show, there was a family that joined us that have a passport from Keystone, and we mentioned your name, Kevin. And earlier this week, before I got on that aircraft to fly to Florida, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute, about why RVing is superior to air travel. I won't mention names, and I won't mention airlines.
Oh, forget them. Hey, look at that. I remember this incident. Julie and Mark had a tiffin at one time, and she says we had a very good repair experience at Campers Inn in Moxville. And John, you've done interviews down at Moxville, right?
Yep.
Yeah, on tiffin many years ago. So there's a shout out to the the technicians down at Moxville.
Yep. But
Bernie, can we get a link? It's not ready yet, Don. He's not ready to. Ready for prime time. When he's ready, we'll be letting you know, and we'll have him on to talk about it. Bernie says, I'll be posting it very soon. I'm sure Bob will share it as well. Thanks for asking. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Once we figure out our royalties, we'll be ready to post
that's it. Once the checks start rolling in.
So Bob, while you're looking there, I was going to say that earlier this week I was at a Camping World store, and I saw a couple Coleman units out there and mentioned Kevin's name, and they said, "Oh, we know Kevin from Cougar."
Everybody,
and I looked down the line, and there were a couple of Cougar units there as well. So
everybody
people know our friend.
Everybody in the RV industry knows Kevin Horkey.
Yep,
that's for sure. You want to do one of your little clips that you sent in?
Sure. Which one we got there? Okay, we have a family that we're talking. We did this in March when we were last time we were here, and we talked about the growing number of people from New England that come to Florida to spend the winter in their RV, like Dante just did, like David Majors does.
Yep.
But so these guys took it one step further. They moved here, so now they can camp at least 2 or 3 weekends a month.
Is that Pete and Linda?
That would be Pete and Linda. They are from Suffield, Connecticut.
Hey everybody, welcome back to RVing in New England. You know, it's March, and you can tell by the picture I'm taking right now, it's not in New England, and we're talking to 2 ex-New Englanders that are now Floridians. Talking to Pete and Linda. originally from from Connecticut. They were my brother's neighbors. That's how I got them cast on this show. If they could just squeeze a little bit closer, we can fit them in here. But you're RVers as well as transplants. So tell us about what you RV in and why you decided to take up RVing as a hobby and fun thing to do.
Sure. Well, we started looking into the RV.
That's Pete, by the way.
Yes, we started looking into the RV world about, what, 2 or 3 years ago?
Right after COVID.
Just to,
right after COVID, okay.
You know, to travel around a little bit, not have to fly and stay out of hotels.
We were down here for aging parents, so we needed some place that we could go and just get away without being so far away that we couldn't come back if there was an emergency.
Okay.
So it just lent itself very nicely to be able to go away and come back.
Okay, and you have your travel trailer. You're on your second one
now, right?
We're
on the second one. Our first one was a Flagstaff E-Pro. We got that because I was driving a Jeep Gladiator at the time, so we were looking for something that was able to be towed with that.
Yeah, with the weight, proper weights.
Yeah, from the weight. So
well, you're an engineer, right?
Yes.
So you had everything calculated to
well,
the quarter.
Well, we did a little
bit
of research ahead of time and that type of thing.
Engineers doing research, that doesn't just sound right.
No.
So we started looking around some of the dealerships, and we found one that they had in stock, which was kind of hard at that time because the RV industry was kind of crazy. Yeah. So we kind of looked at each other and said, are we going to take the leap or not? So we did.
Unfortunately, we had our checkbook that day. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fortunately or unfortunately, at least you got the unit. You got a unit. And you've been numerous places in Florida here. I'm looking at Margaritaville and Auburndale, where we just were the other day. You were in Clearwater, New Smyrna, Pensacola. I think you said what? From Key West to Pensacola?
Yes.
From the farthest south to the farthest north.
Northwest you can go.
Perdido Key is as far west as you can get in Florida.
Linda, what do you like best about the RVing lifestyle?
Well, you get to go and see places maybe that you wouldn't be able to go, and rather than being hooked down to a hotel, you can have your own space and you know where it's been and
your own bed.
My own bed.
Your own sheets.
Your own bed, and you can cook out, and we can bring our dog. It always worked out best.
And you have a good-sized dog that you can't really readily sneak into a hotel.
No,
he's about 80 pounds.
He's a standouter, yeah, for sure.
What would you say to other people that are on the fence about buying their first RV?
Research.
Yep, you got to research it for sure.
Buy the one that's best for you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The new one that we have has a king-size bed, which is great. We love that.
Oh, okay.
Because the dog likes to sleep with us.
Okay.
But it's just, we figured we're going to start going on longer trips. And the other one was only about 20 feet, and this one's 30 feet. So it just gave us a little bit more.
Good size. And believe it or not, we're out of time for this segment. We want to thank you so much. Pete and Linda, formerly from Connecticut, now in the Naples, Florida area, but all over the Panhandle and all over the peninsula. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Let's see if we got anything else on here. Bernie says, "Hardy har har, John." I'm not sure what you must.
When I mentioned about the commissions, royalties.
Oh yeah, that probably was it. Yeah, that could be it. Let me see what we got up here for pictures that we did majors, we did we did open mic. Oh, little Camp Mass news from Cindy Zabersky, who is now the executive director of Camp Mass, and this was a great thing. They put out their newsletter to the campgrounds today, and I thought this was kind of cute. As the campgrounds across the state open for the season, let the sun shine on everyone. So if you want to post up your favorite campground that you may be going to, then certainly let us know or put it in the comments. And I did. Oh, there it is. I knew I had Mark and Julie's new rig. In fact, if I had to guess, Julie, I'm guessing that's at Camp Margaritaville. Doesn't that look a lot like where you are, John?
It looks exactly like it.
Yeah, that could be it. So they have a new to them, east to west, fifth wheel this time. They've had little casitas. They've had big tiffins. They've had big, what was that? Not a Georgie boy. It was a Ford Travel. They had a Ford Travel that they did an incredible conversion on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, one thing on that note that Cindy wrote about Let the Sun Shine, Julie mentioned something earlier. I'm wondering if anybody RV'd, did anybody go anywhere to RV to see the solar eclipse? And we know our friend David Meerman Scott did. Just wondering if anybody else that's watching.
Well, Julie and Mark did.
Yeah. Well, they did the last time too.
Yeah.
Hopefully they saw more this time.
Well, that I think Susan and Jim Keenan were en route back to Massachusetts. I think they get back tomorrow. I think they stopped someplace for it, and I think that Dante may have seen it. Yeah, put in the comments if you checked out the eclipse and what you thought of it. We got
Del Rio, Texas. Okay, that's where that was. Yep, we had a buddy from Pittsburgh who did. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
let me just talk a little something here.
Let me just go through these, John. Audrey says, Bernie, that looks like an interesting rig. She was talking about that. No Voyager Tucson. Tandera 28 5RL. That's the east to west product. Country Coach Intrigue 40. That's what they're. Oh, it's Country Coach, not Ford Travel. You're right. Yes, they did. They did the eclipse in Del Rio. Dante said, "Yep, we had a buddy from Pitt who did Pittsburgh, maybe."
Pittsburgh.
And it was cloudy until the last minute. Then we got totality, and it was amazing. All right, go ahead, John. I cut you off.
So I'm not going to get into the airline stuff because everybody's had an issue, but the hassle of going through the airports, the hassle of waiting, the hassle of paying to park, the hassle of having to get a hotel the night before so that you don't have to worry about driving to the hotel at 5:30 in the morning. The fellow travelers that have no respect for anyone else that you have to deal with. I'm telling you, folks, the way to travel is an RV. Now, you're saying, well, why did you fly? Well, we left the RV here in March and flew back to New England because I didn't want to take it back and have to re-winterize it and then unwinterize it, et cetera, because it was already set for the season. So we flew back here. In the last couple of nights, slept in it. Oh, last night was the first night. But it's so much more relaxing than other ways to travel. And we've got to travel back with it, which we'll do starting on Saturday. But I'm sure everybody who's watching tonight will agree that RV travel, if planned properly, can be so much more relaxing. If we want to stop and see something at the side of the road, if we want to stop at a Buc-ee's and stay longer because we wanted to have an ice cream instead of just a smoked brisket sandwich, we can do that. You know what? The airline said we're leaving at a certain time. And sometimes the airlines don't leave at that certain time. And sometimes they leave you hanging around airports for hours and hours. And sometimes when you're calling to make reservations, 5 consecutive people give you 5 consecutive different answers to the same question. So all I can say is, let's just keep going RVing.
That's good advice. And as Julie says, we like to make our own food in the RV, healthier and more convenient and less expensive. So to our fans out there, what do you like best? I know you can think of probably about 20 different things that you like about RVing, but what do you like best? Do you like the dealer? Do you like the campground? Do you like the food? Eat inside? Do you eat outside? Do you go touring, or do you stay at campgrounds for a week or 2 or a month? Are you finishing up the French fries on the cheeseburger, John?
One more bite of the cheeseburger.
One more bite of the cheeseburger and fries.
Bob, one thing I want to mention. We brought this up briefly in the video, but Avelo Airlines is one of those startups like Breeze, and it operates out of New Haven. And they've got some introductory fares from New Haven to Lakeland, which is 12 miles from here, for $72. What I might do a couple times, at least this fall coming up, is jump on the plane, come down here. Bob, you stayed in the cabin.
Yep.
And I shouldn't say cabins because people think of cabins as old beat-up things. These are park models, luxury park models.
So John, I understand Avello still flies prop jet, those little things with like 10 seats in them, and
but they give you goggles.
Or outside before they take off.
They give you goggles.
They give you goggles.
I guess they fly 737s. But Breeze is another airline that it's got, again, they do, they fly to the smaller cities because look, we're going to Elkhart in a couple of weeks, and we have to, in order to get a normal fare, we have to fly 100 miles away from where we're going and then rent a car and deal with Chicago traffic.
Chicago traffic and Chicago guns and the wonderful environment. So we when we go to Midway, we just hop in that car and step on that gas and just fly out Route 90 to get to Elkhart quickly. Audrey,
two comments here.
Yeah, Audrey, and we're going out for the RV Power Breakfast, which it's amazing to me that this industry can get over 1,000 people to show up for breakfast at 6:30 in the morning. And that's because they want to get them back into the plants and back at their office by 10 o'clock. And there's just a ton of information presented. So we haven't been for a few years. So we're going back out this year. Audrey says, I cannot love RVing more. Our own home can bring the dog and we can plan all the stuff we want to do. And the bonus is our kids got a trailer and we are now traveling with us in their own rigs. I love my grandsons, but also love my sleep. That's very understandable, Audrey. Now, is that going to be a separate trip with you and Bob, just with the kids on the campground adventures, or are they going to join the caravan and go out with all of you?
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, so Walter says the eclipse was spectacular in.
Where does Walter live? Walter, where do you live?
He lives in North Carolina. Maybe he was up visiting Pete's or.
Oh, Walt will be at the Power Breakfast, Bob. I'll be there.
No, he says you'll be there too. That's good. So you should go at 6 and reserve a table for John and I. And you're correct. There is no Jack Daniels at breakfast, but seeing that you're going to be there, you can take John and I to a restaurant for lunch that does have Jack Daniels. So now that you have stuck your foot in your mouth, Mr. Burns, you have to deliver. If you come on here, you're subject to whatever comes out of John and I's brain and
Walter,
mouth. Right,
Walter, I have much more respect for you because you're the customer here when it comes to NRVDA, and I wouldn't expect you to pay.
All right. You pick the restaurant, Walt, and I'll pay. How's that?
Well, let's get one thing straight here. If the Power Breakfast served Jack Daniels, Sagami would be there at 5 o'clock to make sure that he didn't miss out.
Okay. No, he agreed. All right. So you pick the restaurant, Walt, and I'll pick up the tab. How's that?
You don't know what he said okay to.
Well, that he probably would pay everything, but I can't let the man buy my Jack Daniels.
But remember, we have to.
To your point, he is an esteemed member of NRVDA, and I can't let our NRVDA people pick up the ticket.
Just to prove my point from what I said before about flying, we have to build in 2.5 hours to drive from Elkhart to Chicago.
Right.
To get there 2 hours before a 90-minute flight.
Yeah, but don't feel sorry for us. We're going in the day before because we're going to do the show live from Elkhart. Maybe we should say that too, huh? You never know what's in. Nope, there's no Jack Daniels in the coffee cup, Bernie. Don says we got to see the total eclipse here in Athens, Texas. Wow. Did they stop all the classes and bring all the NRVTA students and the people in the campground outside to view it, or were they diligent and did they stay into the classroom and say, hey, I'm more interested in becoming an RV technician than watching the sun and the moon play games millions of miles away? So how's that? All right,
Awesome.
what else? Let me think what else we had here. We got the Bennetts, we got that. Oh, one last plug. If you're going to be in Camp Margaritaville, Friday night is the Kenny Rogers Band Through the Years concert with Don Gatlin, and Mr. DePietro will be there, and Mr. Zagami will be there on Friday night, and we are looking forward to it and looking forward to seeing Camp Margaritaville again.
Yep. I'll be playing lead guitar and Bob's on drums.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. So let me, because we're getting pretty close to 8 o'clock, I want to play the commercial one more time.
Good.
Before we close out the show. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Let me make sure I didn't miss any. Oh, Bernie, we all know what's involved. Hey, Don, take it easy, Don. Usually you guys pick on John. Well, you're getting into dangerous territory if you want to pick on me, but that's all right. Audrey said, another awesome show, guys. Always enjoy the adventures and comments from this group, and we enjoy you guys. Let me tell you, we don't take your presence on Wednesday night for granted. Right, you don't do this for 8.5 years if you are not having fun on this side of the camera.
Yep.
So we have to make damn sure that you have fun on that side of the camera.
Yep, your presence is a present to us.
Yeah. So I'm going to play that commercial one more time, and then we'll do our closing. And then next week, I don't know what we got on tap for next week. We don't think too far ahead, but we'll have something great for you again next week.
Hey, it's Joe from 1019 POR and John, Joe, and Courtney. We're back for another exciting season of Seacoast RV TV. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter W. As in Winnebago. Did you know that Seacoast RV is once again the award winner of the Flying W Award, which recognizes Winnebago dealer locations that deliver the highest service excellence and superior customer satisfaction? Don't mean to brag, but we're kind of a big deal. Speaking of Winnebagos, how about the Winnebago Access? Come on inside and take a look around. Modern and spacious interior, easier camp setup with all the deluxe features and an outstanding value? You get it all with the Winnebago Access. You know, with so many different models to choose from, though, it can get so scary and confusing. I feel like I need some help.
Hi, I'm Amanda. Welcome to Seacoast RV. How can I help you today?
Selection, service center, and a huge parts and accessory department. No wonder Seacoast RV is once again Winnebago's Flying W Award winner, their highest honor. Find the perfect RV or towable for you and your family with one stop. Seacoast RV. Easy to find. Route 1 in Saco.
Seacoast RV.
I'm Jackson.
This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.